general session on January 3rd. We will begin this morning's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Crowley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First?
Correct.
All right. So at the beginning of January every year, we have to do, by statute, an organizational meeting. And today is that day. So to participate in this morning, we don't need to do that this morning. So as a reminder, this is a public meeting and it's being recorded. So we kindly ask that you maintain the same level of decorum as if we're meeting in person. And so finally, for all of you that are calling in, please ensure that you have your phone muted by pressing *6 on your phone. And so at our organizational meeting every year, we elect the president of the Board of Commissioners for the year. And so today is that day. And I am happy that we are here. And so we will go to the Board of Commissioners. Clerk, if you would read the resolution.
Resolution number 1-22. Resolution electing the president of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners for the 2022 term of the board.
Okay, well, I will happily and proudly nominate Commissioner Erica Crowley to serve as the president of the Board of Commissioners for 2022.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Crowley?
Yes.
And Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes. Well, if you don't mind, I would like to begin by saying, very happy that we are here today to make you the president of the board. I know that my colleague Commissioner Boyce would be very happy and proud that we are making you the president of the board for 2022. This is going to be a crazy busy year for you in particular, being that you're on the ballot this year. But know that whatever you need this year, not just as the president of the board and as a commissioner, but also in your extracurricular activities, whatever you need this year, we'll be here for you. I'm sure that the staff is all very excited that you are the new person at the helm. And so whatever you need from any of us, we're happy to be here to assist. But we will be excited for your leadership and your guidance.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you for those very kind words, and thank you for having faith in me to be able to lead in this capacity and lead Franklin County forward. I do want to thank Commissioner Boyce for his leadership during the 2021 year, and just all the advice and encouragement that he has given me along the way since I've been in this position, as well as yourself. It really means a lot to me that you all have faith in me to lead. I am kind of at a loss for words. I knew that this was coming, but when I received the appointment to become a commissioner, it came out of nowhere, and God led me to put my hat in the ring for that appointment, and I am grateful to the Franklin County Democratic Party for choosing me to serve. But it wasn't even on my radar that during this year that there would even be an opportunity to be the president. So to even be here right now is like so surreal. And I, just thank God for even putting me in a position to even be here and to serve with you all. And I'm getting all emotional, but it's like growing up, I never even thought about being an elected official. I just wanted to be an attorney. I just wanted to really help people, and I saw that my platform was going to be in the courtroom. But my life has led me to be at the State House, and then to be here at the Franklin County Government Center in another capacity to really help people. I want to say I'm just probably my ancestors' wildest dreams. And so for that, I am truly grateful. I look forward to serving with all of you. I look forward to continuing my service for the residents of Franklin County, our neighbors. And I just really am thankful and grateful. So thank you, Commissioner. So, do we move on to the next thing? Okay.
Now it's yours.
to the regular agenda. I'll just as a reminder, as Commissioner O'Grady said, this is a public meeting that is being recorded. And so if you're calling in, please ensure that your phone is muted by pressing *6. And so for the first item on the agenda, Board of Commissioners.
Thank you, and congratulations, Commissioner. Resolution number 2-22. Resolution reaffirming actions to be taken to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the residents of Franklin County from the effects of coronavirus disease 2019 and its variants.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. In March 12th of 2020, the Board of Commissioners approved Resolution 181-20, declaring an emergency related to the COVID-19 pandemic. This resolution would reaffirm that emergency declaration, would authorize the county administrator to take those actions necessary for making purchases between $50,000 and $100,000 to declare an emergency, to take other actions for procuring supplies for costs under $50,000 due to supply chain concerns, to be able to get the needed equipment to address the pandemic, as well as authorize the county administrator to enter into an agreement with Franklin County Public Health for an amount up to $450,000 related to testing and vaccination clinics. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I don't have any questions, but I would like to say thank you to all of you in the room, both on the Board of Commissioners staff and prosecutor staff and others that have done the work to make this possible. Thanks for all the hard work that everybody's put in over the last several weeks or a couple of weeks to make this possible. So thank you.
Yeah, I would just add thank you, and I know that there was a week or two ago when Franklin County Public Health was giving away the testing kits. They were gone really fast, and that was good, and there was a lot of disappointment. But I'm glad to see this resolution, so our neighbors in Franklin County know that we understand, probably more than other people realize firsthand, the need for ongoing testing, for at-home tests, as well as additional supplies to make sure that everyone has what they need, and we can meet the needs of those in the community. So we are on it, and I'm happy to see this resolution. And thank you to Franklin County Public Health and all that they are doing to make sure that we stay safe. So thank you.
And folks should know also that it's not lost on us. When this happened, we immediately said, let's get this done, let's do more. This issue isn't lost on any of us. None of you in the room, none of us. The last couple of days, my wife and I have spent the day, yesterday and this morning already, out running around, the county and to other counties, trying to find test kits for ourselves. So this isn't something that's lost on anybody, but whether you're in this room or you're not in this room, we're doing all we can to try to help the residents of the county and do everything we can to make sure that there's, when they are available, to make sure that folks can get them and have access to them. So if there aren't any other comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 222.
Second.
Moved and second, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Resolution number 2-22 has been adopted. Commissioner, next I believe will be
Purchasing.
Yep, thank you.
Next. Thank you.
Resolution number 3-22. Resolution approving a purchase order to Sterling Distribution for the purchase of COVID-19 test kits in the amount of $80,990.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing. On behalf of the Purchasing Department, congratulations, President Crowley. We look forward to supporting you in your leadership in the coming year.
Thank you.
Commissioners, Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of a purchase order in the amount of $80,990 to Sterling Distribution for the procurement of approximately 6,230 iHealth COVID-19 antigen rapid test kits. This purchase is being requested pursuant to the authority of Resolution Number 181-20, adopted March 20th of 2020, and Resolution Number 2-22, adopted today, January 3rd of 2022. Those resolutions authorize an exemption from competitive bidding for purchases related to the declared COVID-19 emergency that are greater than $50,000, but less than $100,000, so long as no fewer than 3 informal estimates are obtained. I can confirm that county stakeholders have reached out to well over 3 vendors, locally and nationally, including at least 4 small and emerging business enterprises, to secure pricing and availability. With a prior purchase of $18,720 for COVID-19 test kits, this purchase from Sterling would allow the county to procure additional test kits using the balance available under the authorized $100,000 non-bid limit. I'd like to acknowledge the leadership of the commissioners and county administration and thank the many collaborators involved in this effort, including Franklin County Public Health, Emergency Management and Homeland Security, the Prosecutor's Office, Public Facilities Management, Human Resources, the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and the Office of Management and Budget, among others. The county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and pending any questions, commissioners, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 0322.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 3-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 4-22. Resolution authorizing a master intergovernmental cooperative purchasing agreement with Equalis Group to establish Franklin County's membership in the Equalis Group Purchasing Cooperative.
Commissioners, this resolution is being presented to you in an effort to expand sourcing options available to Franklin County for the purchase of additional COVID-19 test kits and other services and supplies. The county is authorized under Section 9.48 of the Ohio Revised Code to participate in joint purchasing programs operated by or through a national or state association of political subdivisions in which the purchasing political subdivision is eligible for membership. The Equalis Group Purchasing Cooperative has been identified as a program that offers the use of competitively procured contracts. Of immediate interest is an active contract with WB Mason, which offers COVID-19 test kits for purchase by members of the cooperative. This resolution would authorize a master intergovernmental cooperative purchasing agreement establishing a no-cost membership in the Equalis Group Purchasing Cooperative upon approval to form by the Franklin County Prosecutor and the Director of Purchasing, and it would delegate authority to the county administrator to sign such membership agreement. Upon execution of this membership agreement, the county will be able to pursue purchases from available contracts. Pending any questions, commissioners, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 422.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 4-22 has been adopted.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you.
Next, we move to the Board of Commissioners. Resolution number 5-22. Resolution authorizing a combined COVID-19 communications effort with Franklin County Public Health.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator. There's a continued opportunity to partner with the Franklin County Public Health on a combined COVID-19 communications effort, with Public Health taking the lead in communicating with public and private partners in order to get out good information to the community regarding the ongoing pandemic and the importance of vaccinations. This resolution would authorize the county administrator to sign any documents related to the combined COVID-19 communications effort with Franklin County Public Health, and also has an attached purchase order in the amount of $250,000. I believe Joe Mazzola, Franklin County Health Commissioner, is on the line to provide further information in regard to this effort. Commissioner Mazzola?
Thank you so much, Chris. Good morning, commissioners. Good morning to all Cook County administration. Great to be with you again here this morning. As Deputy Administrator Long indicated, we're very excited to be able to partner with the Franklin County Board of Commissioners on this continued collaboration with respect to communications. As you know, commissioners, we are experiencing a significant surge in the number of new cases related to COVID-19, but more concerning is the significant rise in hospitalizations that our county has experienced over the last several weeks. These funds will allow us to continue to make sure that our community is aware of the importance of getting vaccinated here in our community. And so these funds are just critical at this point that we continue to provide opportunities and information to our residents and the importance of getting vaccinated. And so we really appreciate the continued consideration and partnership with the Franklin County Board of Commissioners with this. And of course, I just want to also comment on the previous resolutions already passed. Testing remains a priority for our community as well. So we appreciate the ongoing and broad partnership with county administration and the Board of Commissioners. And so we certainly appreciate, again, the time this morning and would respectfully request the Board of Commissioners approval of this resolution.
Thanks, Joe. You know, this is timely. As much as we all recognize that there's you know, obviously an increased surge going on, and there's a lot more people getting sick now than had previously, and that the numbers are just increasing dramatically. There's certainly a segment of the population that doesn't really understand and isn't, you know, caught on to what's going on here. And so this is kind of important, pretty critical timing from you know, that perspective. So appreciate this.
Yeah, I would just add, thank you, Commissioner Mazzola, for all of the work that you continue to do and the awareness you continue to raise with the hospitalizations and, you know, our young, that's under 5, who can't be vaccinated, and asking the public for, if no other reason, to keep them in mind. And so, you know, appreciate all your efforts. I know that sometimes it probably seems daunting, especially with the numbers continuing to rise and our hospitalizations being among those who are unvaccinated. But just know that we are indebted to you and grateful for all the work that you continue to do. And thank you for having this resolution in front of us. And anything that you continue to need, we are here to be a partner.
If there are no other comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 522.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 5-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 6-22. Resolution reaffirming that Franklin County will continue to follow public health guidance and deploy every available resource and strategy to stop the spread of COVID-19, and urging all local governments within Franklin County to institute mask mandates indoors and in crowded areas to the greatest extent of their home rule authority.
Good morning, Commissioners. Again, as you know, with the number of new COVID-19 cases continuing to grow exponentially across Ohio and Franklin County, and with Central Ohio hospitals and healthcare providers reporting increasingly alarming strain on their capacity, the best ways to contain the virus are vaccinations and masking. The Franklin County Public Health and Columbus Public Health have previously issued the advisory to abide by the CDC guidance to wear masks indoors and in crowded areas regardless of vaccine status. Many local governments have already taken the step of requiring masks in their public buildings, and the Board of Commissioners Resolution 67921 asked all local governments to do so within the public facilities. In addition, on September 9th, 2021, this board adopted Resolution 70221, urging all local governments within Franklin County to institute mask mandates indoors and in crowded areas to the greatest extent of their home rule authority. Again, with the sharp rise of COVID-19 cases again in the recent weeks, this resolution again urges the communities within Franklin County to require, to the extent that they can with home rule, mask mandates, especially indoors and in crowded outdoor spaces where social distancing is not possible. And as we did with the last resolution in September, we would send this resolution and transmit this resolution to the local governmental entities within Franklin County, county office holders, and to Governor DeWine. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
So I spent a large chunk of last week on the phone with mayors and managers and some city council members from around Franklin County, asking them all to please at least be willing to have the conversation in their municipalities about the possibility of having a mask, doing a temporary mask mandate to help us get through Omicron. Talk to them about the situation that we have in our hospitals, that Commissioner Mazzola was just talking about. At the urging of Commissioner Mazzola, he and I had a long conversation early last week about the situation. We talked about what was, the best thing that the county could do and how we could address the fact that kids were going back to school this week and that this was just gonna, create more of an issue, especially based on the fact that some of the school districts who had mask mandates previous to the winter, to the holiday break, weren't gonna have mask mandates coming back this week, at least mandatory mask mandates. And so we talked about the fact that municipalities having mask mandates, temporary mask mandates at least, would be the most beneficial thing that we could do. So when I got on the phone, and I told him I thought it was gonna fall on deaf ears, because it had when we had this conversation with the municipalities earlier last year, and it really didn't. They were much more open to the idea of at least having the conversation. There were some of them who didn't think that their municipalities would do a mask mandate, but they thought they would be open to more regulations, more, doing more with their businesses, that, trying harder even if they didn't do a mask mandate in some of their areas. Some of them thought that their city councils would be more open to the idea of a mask mandate now than they had in the past. Some of them understood more the necessary situation and the urgency of the situation based on the fact that the hospitals were in such difficult situations. Some of them raised other issues that they hadn't raised in the past. But it was a much more interesting, much more concerned conversation than we'd had in the past. They asked, several of them asked for this resolution to come back up again. Some of them asked for some more guidance from Commissioner Mazzola, so we talked about all of that. And so, at least from a local government, local elected official standpoint, there's more awareness, there's more concern, there's more understanding than there has been over the last several months. And so we're making some headway. And so that's, I think, maybe the positive. There's also been some change since the last election. That's been a little bit helpful as well. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say at the end of the day, it really isn't political, right? Like, we're just trying to make sure that we keep people safe, trying to save lives. We understand who is overwhelming the hospitals and our first responders and our doctors and nurses. And so I hate that, as long as we've been dealing with the pandemic, a mask mandate is politicized, but we know at the end of the day that it is what helps not transmit the virus and keep people safe to the extent possible. And so happy to hear that your conversations have been received and well received, and that you've seen a change from the last time you had the conversation till now. But at the end of the day, it really shouldn't even, it really is about making sure that we save lives, especially for those who are most vulnerable, the people who can't get vaccinated because of other health conditions, or the people, or our children who can't be vaccinated because the vaccination has not been approved for them. And so, it's frustrating that we continue to have this conversation and debate, but I'm glad you are continuing to have those conversations and that they are received. Thank you.
And one of the big parts of the conversation was that this is not a political conversation. I started every conversation with the fact that this is not a political conversation. This is just about, trying to make a difference here. And so it went pretty well.
Good.
So, anyway, if there aren't any other comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 622.
And I'll second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 6-22 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Are there any journalizations?
There are not, Commissioner.
Is there any additional business to come before the board for the good of the order? If not, that concludes our meeting. Thank you. Or is there anybody from the media? Oh, I guess we already ended it, so. Oh, well, all right.